Aloha, everyone. Welcome back to Good Global Vibes from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm Marie McNeal, coming to you to share the good news and raise the vibration of the planet. So today I have a very special guest for you. This is like something that's really dear to my heart. So we have Dr. Lyons coming on from Budapest, Hungary. I have went to Budapest twice already and took these oxygen baths. And I drink oxygen water every day, and it literally boosts your immune system so your body can heal itself of any disease in your body. Isn't that incredible? It also is really good if you're looking to have a baby because it makes you extremely fertile. So that's also just a little side tip. So I'm so excited today to welcome Dr. Lyons to the show and have him share his story about the reason he created this. It's really to save his daughter because his daughter had pancreatic cancer. And this man is just globally making a huge impact. And I want everyone to know about this because the results of this is really it's really, really amazing. So we're going to raise the vibration today together. Like always, we're going to focus on what works, what's good and what's positive, and some good vibes flowing. So let's introduce Dr. Lyons to the show. Hi, Dr. Lyons. It's such an honor to have you. Welcome to Good Global Vibes.
Hello, Mary. How are you? How are you doing? Very nice to see you. That's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing about you, this smile. This beautiful smile. Always smiling. Very happy.
Thank you. So, Dr. Lyons, can you please tell everyone why the oxygen baths are so unique?
It's because, I've been working with this about 20 years, and I developed this system. I wanted to find out from the beginning to the end, how the oxygen forms in the water, how it gets to the skin, what force we use to get through the skin, because that was many times questioned with the health professionals, how the oxygen gets through the skin. Nothing gets through the skin. Actually, it's not true because if you look at the patches, the nicotine patches, the painkiller patches, they all go through on the skin. So why not oxygen can go through the skin? So the way I designed it, I made a higher pulse pressure oxygen content. It's called water. I force the oxygen to stay in the water instead of bubbling out. And because of that, very easy for me from the higher pulse of pressure to introduce a lower pulse of pressure like your tissue, and I merge you under the water, or you make the drink and you drink the water, it starts to elevate your oxygen pulse of pressure. So once I had establishment of what kind of the species of oxygen I need to do to create, what the skin can accept, when it goes through the skin, goes to the capillaries, and goes through through the cell, every cell, bone cells, skin cells, tissues, organ cells, and most importantly, very easy to measure it in the skin because the skin is the biggest surface, very easy to measure. And now we can see the whole process from the beginning all the way to the blood. When the blood starts to carry this type of oxygen, remember, it's not coming through the hemoglobin bounded oxygen, is coming through pulse pressure with liquid, which is mean all mitochondrial function is depending on liquid carried vitamins, oxygen, CO2. All I had to do, I had to make human trial studies with animal trial studies, in vitro, in vivo studies, and we end up at the National Institute of Oncology Hospital in Budapest because the studies went so far, we could follow it, what's happening. So that's why all these good results are going on right now with the water. Once it's entering the cells, it will restart the mitochondria and brings energy to the cell. Because if without energy, there is no living cells can maintain life.
Okay, Dr. Lyons, so now we know the oxygen baths help people build their immune system so your body can heal itself. And, when I was there, I saw people taking oxygen baths for cancer and all these things. So how is it work like that?
The water itself cures nothing. But what it does is elevates the cellular immune system, namely the B cells, the T cells, the natural killer cells, and does it so powerfully and so consistently. Sooner or later, the body starts to go back to the normal function. Why is that? Because when you have cancer, for example, you have a hypoxic tissue. Hypoxia means lack of oxygen to the cells. That means the oxygen is no way, in any way, can get to that cell and restart mitochondrial function, which is the power plant of your cells. So if the oxygen not getting there and there is no CO2 production by the mitochondria, there is no way they're going to restart and work. So they're always going to stay in a coma, always going to stay in a dead coma situation. They will not move too much and they cannot produce. Only if sugar arrives from the bloodstream and they start to breathe up a little bit, but they never can restart again. So eventually they die, and that became cancerous. So that's why it's not good. That's why it's not good if you have so many years infections and reoccurring infections, because sooner or later that tissue will give up, became hypoxic, and that is trouble begins.
But you can take oxygen baths, which give oxygen to those cells so that your body can actually raise, like you were saying, the cells of the A, B, D, and your body can heal itself because it does it so powerfully and raises your immune system.
Exactly. We did a human trial study, which is allows, it was so good, the results, with 60 patients between 20 to 60 years old, and was made in the Chemical Safety and Environment Department in Budapest, Hungary. We made a human trial study with ethical medical license, showed clearly if you drink the water for 14 days or take the baths 3 times 14 days, 2 or 3 times a day, your cellular immune system became functional and restart mitochondrial function. And that's the key. So Very simple. If you talking about the baths, if you lay down in the baths, it's hot water. It's 38 Celsius, very stable oxygen inside that. It sticks to your skin and wait there until your acidy layer comes off. So your skin became smooth. When you took the baths, you felt very smooth after that. Right. So it takes up the acidy layer and easy access to go through the skin. This force actually is coming from pulsar pressure difference. In the air is different, in the water is different, and definitely inside of us is different. So The lowest one always wants to go to the highest one. So if the body is the lowest and the water is high, the water gives the oxygen and start to elevate. The body start to elevate oxygen pulsar pressure. That's also measurable. So that's why we have all these good results, not because we're curing the cancer, it's because we allow the cells to restart mitochondrial function. That's why.
And now, so what actually inspired you? Tell us the story about what inspired you to create these baths in the first place.
In the first place, I just wanted to follow Otto Warburg's footsteps. He was a German biochemist professor, got a Nobel Prize 1931 on saying about oxygenation and how important it is to the cell to get oxygen. And nothing more than true today, like 1931, nothing more than true than today. We know he was speaking the truth, because now we can measure it. And then after that, I was 7 years studying this, with studies with in vitro, in vivo trials, mostly in Hungary, because I wanted to know what the water do. Because all I see good result in the end. I could not explain why, you know? And then as a PhD doctor, I needed to know why is this happening, this phenomenon. So I spent a lot of money, a lot of time to find out. And when I just find out the immune system is working, it was a major, horrible thing happened with my family. My daughter was 19 years old that time. It was in 2009. And she was really, really bad condition because she had a unexplainable pain on the stomach, throwing up, and pain in the back. I sent her to the ER, and they told her after 2 hours she has a large mass on the pancreas. I flew to Las Vegas next day, and we went with her to the surgery a few days later in Las Vegas, and they told me she has 4 months to live after the surgery because the tumor was 10 centimeters big. And
Wow.
There was no way they could do anything. No chemo and no radiation respond on that. The doctor came out, so because of the size of the tumor and because of the cyst, she has maybe 4 months to live. I pick Aniko up and I take him to Budapest, Hungary. And what happened is we spent 3 months here, taking the baths, drinking the water. She had 3 months of 3 baths a day and 3 bottles of water a day, which is, I know now is too much, but that time I did not know. And then she had a very interesting outcome after 3 months. We go back to Las Vegas, and the doctor told us he don't know what happened, but the tumor shrink down to about 5.9 centimeters, which is very huge.
Oh my gosh,
decrease.
that's a miracle.
It is, because usually with pancreatic cancer is not much chance you have. So
Right.
he forgot to ask me what I was doing. So I picked her up again, and I thought it's much better to bring her back to Hungary for
Yes.
another session. So
Yes.
after the second 3 months, we went back to UCLA in Los Angeles. And the doctor said, oh, this tumor is only 2.5 centimeters. And
Oh my gosh.
I don't see
Wow.
I never ever see things like that. So he said to me, continue whatever you do, but I'm strongly recommend to you to have a small surgery, 2-3 hour surgery, take up that small part of the tumor, and then, it could be curable. So I said, okay, I can live with that. After the surgery, she get up very quickly. We come back to Hungary. We do some more baths, drinking the water. And that was 11 years ago. Yesterday, she was 31 years old. And she has 2 wonderful kids.
Oh,
And
that's that is so great. What an absolute miracle. I got goosebumps when you were telling that story, and I've even heard it before, and I still got goosebumps because, I want everyone in the world to know about cocoon baths. So if someone wants to reach out to you, how do they reach you?
KaqunLasVegas.com. They can go to look. We can send water. We can bring people in because Mary, it's not just cancer. There is a lot of people suffering from a lot of chronic diseases, and anything what is hypoxia, it fits the profile of this.
Okay, and Kaqun is Kaqun.
Exactly.
I saw that you can buy Kaqun Water on Amazon.
Yes.
Dr. Lyons, thank you so much for coming on Good Global Vibes today. We really, really honor you. We love the work you're doing in the world. And I'm going to tell as many people as I can. Thank you.
All right. Now, Aniko is happy. She has 2 kids. She's running the Las Vegas spa. So go to look for her. Thank you. Bye-bye.
If you or someone else you know would like to share some good news or be interviewed on Good News Global, please email me at gngoodnews@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe. It's the red button right under. Aloha.